Scene 2 of Act 3 is a little bit of an interesting one because we're going to get Juliet's reaction to everything that just happened. And now we are in Juliet's bedroom. She's alone, and she starts talking about how she wishes the sun would come and hurry up, or it would hurry up and become night. So she says, "Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phantion would whip you to the west, and bring in cloud unite immediately." So she makes some references there to some mythological characters. Basically asking for the sun to be whipped into the west where it sets, and that night would come immediately. Spread the close curtain, love performing night. That runaway eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked of and unseen. So basically, I hope that it's night so Romeo can come in, no one can see him. Lovers can see to their amorous rights by their own beauties, or, if love be blind, it best agrees with night, come civil night. So basically she's talking about consummating her marriage with Romeo here. She's saying that even in the night, lovers can still do what they need to do because of their own beauty and love. And she says, you know what, if love is blind, or if it's ugly, or it's gross, it's better to happen at night anyway. She talks about, though sober-suited matron, all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match, played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods, hood my unmanned blood bathing in my cheeks, with thy blood mantle still strange love grow bold. So she talks about how she's blushing again, and again she talks about consummating the marriage. She talks about losing her virginity here, and she just says basically, come night, come Romeo, come thou day and night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow upon a raven's back, come gentle night. And she's just really excited for Romeo to be here. She also talks about that if she dies, hopefully Romeo becomes the stars, he makes it to heaven as well, he becomes a consolation in the night. And so, yeah, she's very excited for him to come here. Has a very long monologue here about how excited she is to see Romeo, how she wants to perform her wedding duties, how she wants to consummate the marriage. So she is in a very elevated mood here, elated mood. And of course the nurse now enters. She's got the rope ladder, but she is going to be the bearer of bad news here. She says, "Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings me news in every tongue that speaks. But Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence." So she's saying anybody that says the name Romeo is beautiful. I love that name. It doesn't matter if the ugliest person or the ugliest tongue speaks Romeo's name, it would still be beautiful. And she says, "Hey, what's the news here? Is that the rope ladder?" She says, "Yep, it is." And then she's like, what's going on here? Why do you look like you've been crying? Why dost thou wring thy hands? Why are you upset? And then the nurse, again, not straightforward ever. She says, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are all undone, lady. We are all undone. Alack the day he's gone, he's killed, he's dead. Oh my god, right? Obviously, Juliet thinks she's talking about Romeo, because why else would she be so upset, right? Saying that we are undone. Juliet says, "Can heaven be so envious?" And then the nurse says, "Romeo can. Romeo can be envious. Heaven cannot." And it says, "Oh, Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought it, Romeo." So again, Juliet, there's still no reason to believe that the nurse isn't talking about Romeo. And then Juliet says, "What devil art thou that dost torment me thus?" Again, like, can you tell me the news? Like, what kind of devil are you to torture me? What kind of devil tortures me like this, right? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. It belongs in hell. "Has Romeo killed himself?" she asked. "Thou say but A, and that bare vow shall poison more than the death-darting eye of a cockatrice." So she's saying, basically, if you say that he has killed himself, I will become poisonous, I will become venomous, I will become evil. And then she says that I'll be done with this world. If I am not I, there be such an I, or those eyes shut that makes the answer I. If he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine of my weal or woe. So basically, whatever you're about to say is going to either make me happy or it's going to make me sad. And if he's dead, there will be other consequences. The nurse, again, does not say who she is talking about, but says, I saw the wound, I saw it with my eyes. God saved the mark here on his manly breast. Basically, I have seen the corpse, I've seen the wound. It's horrendous, and I almost fainted. I almost swooned at the sight. She did faint when she saw dead Tybalt. Juliet continues and says, oh, break my here, poor bankrupt, break at once. My heart is breaking, basically, she says here. To prison eyes never look on liberty. I will never look at anything again because Romeo is dead. Vile earth, to earth resign. I hate you, earth. End motion here, and thou and Romeo press one heavy peer. So basically, she's saying, I will share a coffin with Romeo. Foreshadowing, sorry. Nurse says, finally, O Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had, O courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead. So finally, the nurse says that it's actually Tybalt is the one that is dead. And Juliet says, what storm is that? What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead? So she said, are they both dead? Like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about, right? Because all of a sudden she just kind of switches. Juliet still hasn't caught on. She says, my dearest cousin, my dearer lord, so basically my favorite cousin and my husband. Then dreadful trumpets sound the general of doom. For who is living if those two are gone? Basically, what is the meaning of life if both Romeo and Tybalt are dead? And finally, no more confusion. Tybalt is gone and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished. Tybalt is dead, Romeo killed him, and now Romeo has been banished. Oh God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood? Just, Juliet can't believe her ears, right? She's trying to confirm it. It did, alas the day it did. And now Juliet, she's mad, right? She doesn't understand the whole story. She has just only heard that Romeo has killed Tybalt. And she says, oh, serpent heart hid with a flowering face. Oh, he's a snake disguised like a flower. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? So now she's calling him a snake. She's calling him a dragon. Beautiful tyrant, fiend Angelica. So you are a beautiful tyrant. You are an evil angel. You are a dove-feathered raven. So you are. I thought you were a dove, which is the bird of peace, but you're actually a black raven. You were a wolfish, ravening lamb. So you're a wolf in lamb's clothing, right? Despised substance of divinest snow. So just opposite to what thou justly seems. So you were the opposite of what I thought you were. You are a damned saint and an honorable villain. O nature, what hadst thou do in hell, when thou didst bower the spirit of a fiend in moral paradise of such sweet flesh? So basically she's saying he is a soul from hell that is in such a sweet body. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? So I can't believe all of this was in Romeo. That deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous place. So she's saying, I can't believe that he has done this. The nurse says, there is no trust in men, no faith, no honesty. They're all disgusting. They're all vile. They're all terrible. And then she's like, where is my man? Where's my servant? I need some alcohol. I need a drink here, she says. Shame come to Romeo. And then Juliet, finally, she turns the corner here too. She says, you know what, blistered by thy tongue, for such a wish. Actually, I don't want anything to happen to Romeo. I still love him, right? So shame on you for saying such bad things to him, even though she kind of said bad things about him as well. And he's saying, you know what, Romeo actually doesn't deserve this. What a beast I am to be mad at him. Okay, and then the nurse says, will you speak well of him that killed your cousin? So how can you still say good things about Romeo even though he killed Tybalt? Then she says, shall I speak ill of my husband? How could I say bad things about the man that I love, right? How on earth will I smooth over what I said? How can I take back what I said? Well, they haven't even been married 3 hours. So now Juliet's getting this news 2 hours after Tybalt was killed by Romeo. But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? The villain cousin would have killed my husband. So she's saying, you know what? Tybalt actually also wanted to kill Romeo, right? So maybe it was self-defense. I know that Tybalt probably would have killed Romeo had Romeo not killed him. This was meant to be, it was end in violence and doom. And then she says, basically, you are mistaking to offer up joy. My husband lives, so I'm going to cry tears of joy instead of tears of sorrow. Again, makes reference to Tybalt possibly killing Romeo had he got the chance, had that fight go in a different way. All of this is comfort because Romeo's not dead. Wherefore weep I then, some word there was worser than Tybalt's death, that murdered me, I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead and Romeo banished. Basically, I am so happy that Tybalt is dead because Romeo is still alive.